So where are we at, Connor?
Apparently we're heading to Silent Hill. That's it, based off of the fog.
I thought we were heading to Gettysburg.
Not anymore.
So this is how we get isekai, right?
Yeah, we drive off a cliff. That sounds about right. And knowing our luck, we'll get reincarnated in either, some pseudo-Civil War conflict, since we're going to Gettysburg, and that's usually how that works. Or we'll end up in Tanya's universe. We'll end up in a trench somewhere getting shelled by mages or something.
I don't want to end up in a trench.
I really don't want to end up in that. There are a few places I would rather not be than a trench.
The house is a little more...
It is. They're doing some good work there. They planted some trees, it looks like, too.
Pieces of shit from the sky and start hammering Russian columns until Putin cries like a bitch. But
I have messaged the U.S. Navy several times now. I have written a very professional letter. Where is my letter of marque and my Seawolf class submarine?
oh god.
Where is it, cowards?
They actually proposed a bill to issue letters of marque for Russian oligarchs.
Maybe it's happening.
It's gonna happen.
No to war written on it. Not no to the special military operation. No to war.
All right, time for a new road.
We've all.
Thank you to the 4,500
In theory, this is going to get us to where we're going.
Immediately. Yes.
But in execution, this might be in the corridor of death.
Wrong. This Honda engine does not generate slightly less torque than the V2
We survived.
of the.
That was a weird intersection. Did not like that at all.
That was a complete.
And we're actually on Air Ridge now, where some of the first shots of the battle were fought. It's not preserved by the Park Service, as you can tell.
I had no idea. Oh, look, a railway.
Look, train tracks.
You gonna do some
Field hospital.
some rail fanning?
I've rail fanned in Gettysburg before at the Lincoln Diner. Didn't even have to get up.
Yeah.
Put the camera right there and sat back and relaxed.
I feel like that's cheating, isn't it?
Uh,
On my shelf, and I look at it every now and then. But yeah, we need to bring back drip like that. I'm just saying, like that is style right there.
Look at them whiskers.
I wish I had a mustache hat that cool.
Wish I had a waistcoat like that.
I wish I had a hat like that.
Just got done eating at the Lincoln Diner. It is still raining. Right, Connor? It's still raining. And it's not going to stop until we leave this town, apparently. So, spring in western Pennsylvania, indeed. Is that the Cathedral of the Lost Cause? I do not know.
Yeah.
I think it's... In all honesty, I think it had something to do with the National Guard at one point.
Oh, interesting.
I believe they now do the monument and the artillery restoration of that building.
Oh, that's cool.
So we found one of the headquarters markers here in Seminary Ridge. Several hundred yards behind me to the west would have been the headquarters of Ambrose P. Hill, which, if you know me and my channel, I had a whole video about. This is the man that will not rest. Not that he doesn't want to sleep, but history will not allow him to sleep. 4 burials this poor man had. Now, when he was at Gettysburg, he was actually relatively sick, so he didn't have a lot of influence on the actual battle. But Hill's Corps were the first ones engaged for the Confederate Army. They were the primary force fighting on July 1st, the morning of July 1st. And elements of their corps would be repurposed for the assault on Cemetery Ridge July 3rd.
Go. All right, so this is not proper English. This is an English lesson with a humble collector. If their word ends in S, you just use an apostrophe. So it should be Davis Brigade, not Davis's Brigade.
But this is cooler.
No, it's not. This is significantly cooler.
But it's the Confederate side.
Fair enough. Can't argue with that.
There goes the newest monument to the Confederacy. So is this the most insane thing I've had you do, Connor?
Not even close.
What is the most insane?
Talking about Evangelion for 6 hours is probably pretty far up there.
Okay, good.
It's gonna be hard to beat that one.
See, Humble Collector here told you that this is not the most insanest thing I've done.
This is true. This is true. This is true. Normal site went.
The what?
The experimental thermal sight, the one that lets you like see people at night, like they glow in the heat. Yeah, so certain cannons in the period were mounted for those. They didn't see much use. They were very difficult to manufacture. In fact, I think only one was ever fielded, and I don't think there's any surviving examples left. So check the patent office that I think they do have.
Check the patent office.
They have the original drawing, yeah. See, because I don't know how thermal sights work, so I can't even BS some science.
You're about a half a minute in. You're doing good. You're doing good.
So, snakes. Snakes, right? They're able to like use their bodies to regulate temperature. You know, with like rocks to heat up the sun things. So they filled the sights with snake oil. That's how they worked, and they were able to see gradients of heat and temperature out in the field. But yeah, why would you put that on a howitzer that is generally going to be engaging people that far out? I don't know. Feels like something you would put on like a Gatling gun or something similar. But what do I know? I'm just a guy. Are you still filming me? I don't have any more lore on the site. That's
no
all
more lore.
No more lore.
The Confederate heat-seeking guidance doohickey on this howitzer.
Powered by snake oil.
Snake oil, yes, snake oil.
Yeah, so this is the rice fields of Gettysburg. Fun fact: there was a small Viet Cong detachment that was actually here during the battle in an observing role, but nobody actually knew they were here until documents were found in Vietnam in 1987.
What happened that year?
Stuff. Just gonna leave it at that.
I want to see if this is going to work. It's been out in the rain all day. It looks a little busted.
That is a no-go.
Well, hold on. Let me get the bolt in. That is a no.
I think it's broken. R.I.P.
Yeah.
So, the sign here says that Squire's battery only have one gun. I guess the question is, were they a privately funded battery that they could only afford one gun, or did they suffer casualties earlier in the battle?
Editor Spencer, can you answer this? So, Squire's battery was part of the Washington Artillery Detachment. At the start of the Civil War, they consisted of 2 free-inch ordnance rifles and 1 10-pound Parrott rifle. They were peculiar amongst Washington's artillery, as they were the only ones that have rifled guns. Now, at the Second Battle of Fredericksburg, for whatever reason, they do not have their Parrott rifle. They were only down to the ordnance rifles, and the heights they were defending were stormed by elements of the Union 6th Corps. Presumably, the 6th Corps captured one of those free-inch ordnance rifles and got across the Rappahannock River. That's likely why they only had one gun at Gettysburg.
Wow, that's a really interesting answer. I'm glad that you were able to provide that background information.
Do you have one for if it's a crappy answer?
Oh, wow, that's rather disappointing, but that's history.
Perfect. And then, of course...
I hate these.
Yeah, so they added on to show their early metal-making industries in the state of Arkansas, these aluminum blocks with the Army of North Virginia battle flag. They really clash. I'm trying hard not to make this into a judging review. We've decided we're going to do that later on.
Yeah, we're going to drink it right.
So I'm just going to leave it there. This is what the state of Arkansas chose to have their monument commemorated as. Blocks of aluminum in the Army of North Virginia battle flag. The 3rd Arkansas Infantry on the back, but in the front it says State of Arkansas. We got Lee's Buffet here, where the general dined, they presume.
Indeed.
Indeed. I did not know.
Fed the whole Army of Northern Virginia out of that building.
That explains the sick rate.
Yeah.
What do you see out there?
Let's see. I see a T-shirt shop and some Battlefield fresh cut fries.
You might need to commandeer those.
Yeah, we might. Those actually sound pretty good, especially they got cheese on them.
Supposedly, they have the best, some of the best, I think, Philly cheesesteaks in the area, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, really? I gotta get a Philly cheesesteak. And then there's another T-shirt shop. Well, I'm sorry. There's a shop that sells military, patriotic, Gettysburg, and Confederate gifts. They specified that they got that Southern merch. Wonder if it's discounted since they lost.
So we're in front of the Shriver's house, which was used by Confederates for sharpshooter's position during the Battle of Gettysburg. Now, we do have a full video on the Shriver story, so we're not going to go too detailed, but it is Humble Collector's first time going in. So he's in for an experience. This is one of my favorite museums in the town of Gettysburg.
Oh, I'm excited. Very excited.
Find any bullet holes yet?
I've seen a few. One right there. One there. One there. One there. There. Oh, I like that one. Shattered the brick. That's pretty cool.
Oh, wow.
A few over here.
You're going to like when we go up into the attic.
Oh, I'm excited. Oh, I got a nice little garden back here, too. How are we doing this?
So, should I make like a talk about the 6th North Carolina while looking at this flatbread?
Probably.
Give the history?
Yeah, give the
How
full
this
year
represents
history.
the 6th North Carolina?
Yeah.
This is therapy.
This therapy.
This is therapy for a military historian.
Cheers, brother. I'll drink to that. I didn't get that in frame at all.
Day number 2 of the Gettysburg-Hagerstown, the thing we're doing.
Yep.
What do you feel so far? What are you thinking?
I'm slightly more awake than I was yesterday, as you probably did.
That's good. Right. What's that over there?
I'm pretty sure that is a sewer grate. I warned you. Happy bad or evil Knievel.
I am following a humble collector through the streets of Gettysburg.
Yes. I totally know where I'm going.
Do you?
I actually do, yeah.
Oh, cool. So give me the breakdown of the artifacts we got here.
So we have an RPG. I'm not super familiar with the RPG series, so I can't tell you what model it is. We have a 3-shot Berthier. That one's model 1892, rebarreled in 1917, which is fairly common. That stock has some funky stuff going on with all those weird cuts. Those are probably repairs, actually. So
And then what about the big item over here?
oh, this is a very rare 1986 Transformers movie stand for when it released on video cassette. That is a rare, like, religiously significant artifact for many people. You don't see that in the wild very often.
So we've been driving forever.
Yep.
We're trying to eat. We're in the
Is that
peach
a
orchard.
horse-drawn wagon?
There's a horse-drawn wagon. There's no peaches. I don't know what to do. So yeah, and then these scouts are gonna cause problems.
Oh, that person's not going to let us through because they're a dick.
So you're playing about the helicopter.
Yes, we steal a helicopter, right? And that's as far as I got. we can find something to do with it.
It'll get us out of this never-ending red light. Right?
It will. It'll get us.
We might
out of-
actually have time to go over there and get it to work, get all the necessary equipment,
Yep.
and oh, never mind. This is a thing, kids just sitting right on the road.
Is this the new TikTok challenge?
I guess.
The speed bump challenge? Ah, too funny. Alright. Yeah. Well, it just like you can keep building it up until
So we
eventually.
could just do that tonight. There's gonna be our thing just riffing.
Just talking about Dan Sickles.
or just in general, just weird ass things. Of why are we fascinated by this?
What? I guess that's.
Yeah. No, I just wanted to get a good, or
I
as
hope
best
I
as I
did for
could. No, you did. As best as. Is this the forbidden hydration?
It is the forbidden hydration.
We're not allowed water.
No, you see, this has magical powers. That's why it's locked up.
Well, it's not a Redoubt Productions trip without us finding something about John Brown.
Indeed.
Well, what do we got here?
Yes, what we have here is John Brown. A member of his group was this Captain John Cook fellow, and he was captured at the Monte Alto Gap near here, where he was then transferred to Charleston, where they hung him.
Passed through here.
He did. Yep, we're in John Brown country now.
It's always John Brown country.
Always has been. Look at that wall.
Is that Dwayne The Rock Johnson?
It is. Either that or it's Stonewall Jackson, one of the two.
It is a stone wall.
Yep, both were famous Confederate generals during the Civil War.
Yes, we're trying to go to a place, so the Lord has dumped buckets on us.
He said no. No. And there's barely any cars on the road either, which is weird for a Sunday at 8:30. Where's everybody going to church?
So we have discovered that Route 56 across Maryland is the back rooms of back roads.
It really is.
The back roads of back rooms.
We've crossed like multiple one-lane bridges, and I swear we've seen the same farmhouse like 10 times. It's a problem. And the roads keep coming in at nonsense angles. We may be goners at this point.
Yes. This might be our last transmission.
Maybe we're re-entering civilization since they're bridges. This is cool.
Because everybody's like, wow, because you can hardly find anything about soaps. Right. At least to that extent. I mean, you can find it. You know, get lye, mix it with it. You know.
Those people in particular, their prices were pretty darn good.
Which one, Samson's?
Yeah, Samson's. So I'm gonna pass those on to Mike, see if he needs to get anything for June.
Yeah, I know I've seen their catalog before at the like I've seen their name like in stuff we've unboxed. So.
Yeah.
It's truly come full circle. Redoubt Productions is in front of the wall.
We built it in a year and a half. Crazy. People lay out poems dissing each other. It's pretty great, honestly.
Nothing's changed.
Really, it hasn't. Like, people think it has.
We think we have evolved, but truly have we?
Like, there's the monument. Stop dumping bathwater in the road.
Well, who would dump bathwater on the road?
What is this, 1870? Like,
I do not know.
We really are in the boonies. Apparently, indoor plumbing has not reached this part of Maryland yet.
So we are on Sidling Hill, right?
Yeah, that's what the sign said, Sidling Hill.
Are we sure it's not Silent Hill? There's a lot of fog.
Yeah, well, the fog's broken now that we passed through Sidling Hill. I'd like to point that out. It's been a running gag of this trip. The fog rolls in, and it's like we're going to Silent Hill. And I said that and looked over, and there was the sign, Sidling Hill, elevation however many feet. And it was...
For a brief blink, if you missed, he read it as Silent Hill.
I did. I actually did. And I did a double
He looked
take.
into a parallel reality.
Yeah, I'm glad we're not in that parallel reality. That'd be not great.
We're in a pretty shitty reality, but not that shitty.
Yeah, exactly. It can always be worse.
It can always be worse.